Greetings, and we are back to the channel where we talk about everything U.S. news, headlines, everything in between, all the companies taking action, companies doing things. My name is James. I'm from the U.S., from the Midwest, and if you know anything about the Midwest, there's not a whole lot going on in the Midwest except for farming and sports, and I wasn't very good at either of those. But I was good at numbers. And my love for numbers took me to engineering. Engineering took me, into charts, analysis, things like that. And I just had a curiosity for it. That's how I got my start. So if you're just joining, welcome to the channel. We make the news and headlines fun, and we also are going to get into the part of the channel later on, everyone's favorite, where we break down the ticker symbols, look at some of the companies, look at some of the charts. So yeah, we're going to be doing that later on as well. So if you have a company that you want me to look at, just put the ticker symbol in the comments, or put the name of the company in the comments, and we'll look at those later. So let's get started. Some of the news and headlines going on here. Dun, 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 dun. One that we're going to take a look at is Netflix. They boost the share buyback plan by $25 billion after a failed Warner Brothers bid. And let's see, we'll talk about Netflix. Also right here, a little bit about Tesla. Tesla's in the news a lot recently. Tesla's robotaxi miles nearly double. Their supercharger network grows 19%, and the largest chip plant ever. 5 key updates from Tesla's earnings release as well. That's coming up, okay? Also, a quick one that we're gonna get into, we'll talk about Tesla's earnings. The shares fell slightly as they raised capital expenditure guidance, and also the first quarter earnings saw strong year-over-year growth in operating profits and free cash flow. We'll give you the updates about Tesla. That's coming up. And right here. Yeah, they missed the revenue. Tesla missed the revenue, but they beat profit as the auto margins jumped, okay? And let's see, another one we'll talk about is TSMC, Taiwan Semiconductor. Yes, Taiwan Semiconductor they show us smaller, faster chips without having to get new expensive tools from ASML. ASML is the Dutch company that sells those super expensive lithography machines. Silvermet X70, greetings, hello. If you have a ticker, a company symbol that you want me to look at, just put it in the comments. It's another great day in paradise. Gotta have a sense of humor at all times, yes. So we'll talk about TSMC and ASML. And how are you? How are you actually? What's going on with you? And right here also, Intel. We'll talk about Intel, Silvermet. Okay, great. Okay, got that written down right here. Okay, stay with me, Silvermet, and I'll get that later on in the program when we go through all the ticker symbols. Okay, so hang with me. Intel to report first quarter earnings as CPUs become key to AI growth. We're going to be looking at Intel. Okay, and what they're doing right now. Also, if you're a fan of Texas Instruments soars after data center demand brings up their sales right there. Okay, the shares surged in late trading after the chipmaker gave a surprisingly strong forecast, helped by booming spending on data centers and instrumental equipment. That's coming up. Okay, and here's another one. AI boom lifts Nokia sales, shares hit 16-year high after beating their earnings, okay? We'll talk about Nokia up. And how are the airlines being affected by all these monster fuel prices? Well, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about United slashed their 2026 forecast because of fuel charges. And we'll talk about American Airlines Q1 results beat, but the airline sees $4 billion in added fuel costs this year. So Silvernet. We'll get into that, and I'll get your company. Don't worry. Hang on with me. And also, Southwest Airlines also forecasts earnings below estimates on higher fuel. So higher fuel is affecting a lot of things right now. Let me know what's the fuel price in your area. And is it going to affect some of your spring travels or summer travels? Let me know, okay? Let me know what the fuel price is. in your area. Nvidia, we'll talk about them too. Nvidia is holding strong above the 200 psychological barrier right now, and they just backed up another company called Vast Data at a $30 billion valuation. We'll give you the update about them. And IBM shares drop as the company, we'll talk about that one. Yeah, they slipped 6% in extended trading. And yeah, well, we'll talk about that coming up, but that's one coming up. Also, Microsoft expands their AI footprint in Australia with $18 billion investment. We'll talk about Microsoft in Australia coming up. Dun, dun, dun. News and headlines, okay? Again, Google unveils chips for AI trading and inference in the latest shot against NVIDIA. L'Oreal, if you're a makeup fan. L'Oreal, it's the world's largest cosmetics company, reported first quarter organic sales growth of 7.6, way ahead of the expectations. And so they just jumped up 9%. Again, that's L'Oreal. And right here, here's one for you. ServiceNow and IBM, there's both of them slide. We'll talk about ServiceNow and IBM coming up. Yeah, ServiceNow tumbles 12% as the Iran war impacts their subscription sales growth right here. And also we'll talk a little about the metals. How are the metals being affected? Well, the metals are dropping. Gold, silver, it's all dropping. Why? Because Brent Crude is at 102 right now. West Texas Intermediate's at 94. Okay, they Brent broke past 100, and so the oil is up, so the dollar is up. So inversely, the metals, gold and silver, go down. We'll talk about how that's affecting some of the metal miners as well. And right now, gold is holding solid at 4737, but yeah, and silver is at 76.14. We'll also talk a little bit about, where is it? Where's my, let's see. Oh yeah, right here. Oil extends gains as peace negotiations between US and Israel and Iran stall. There isn't much peace going on, is there? This whole ceasefire at the Strait of Hormuz isn't much of a ceasefire. Why is that? Because, again, Asia markets mostly in lower as US reportedly intercepts Iranian oil tankers, rattling this fragile ceasefire. Not much of a ceasefire when everyone's still taking everyone's boats. And Iran says it has seized 2 ships in the Strait of Hormuz after US extends the ceasefire. Again, not really much of a ceasefire on any side, right? So yeah, let's go deeper into these, shall we? I'll get to your ticker symbols. Thank you everyone for the likes and the shares. I appreciate that. Really helps the channel. Let's go deeper into this right here. Yeah, so Netflix boosts share buyback plan by 25 billion after failed Warner Brothers bid. Resuming capital returns and walked away right here. The new, yeah, Netflix shares fell about 9% last year after Warner Brothers deal was announced, but have climbed back about 10% since the company walked away from it in February. In the 2 months since it scrapped its pursuit of Warner Brothers, Netflix has rolled out a series of growth initiatives, including acquiring Ben Affleck's AI film tech firm Interpositive. Okay, now getting back here, the company previously said it planned to resume share repurchases while investing about 20 billion this year in films and television. Okay, so again, that'll be one of the first ones we look at. And then right here, let's talk about Tesla's robotaxi and how their miles are doubling. Yeah, Tesla rose after the company reported profits and sales that topped forecasts and then fell on increased capital expenditure plans. So why did Tesla go down? Well, they went down because of the increased capital expenditure plans, but they had gone up because the company's profits and sales beat the forecast. Well, elsewhere in earnings, the company offered a slew of key updates across its manufacturing, autonomous driving, AI, and energy initiatives. Robo-taxi miles nearly doubled from the prior quarter. Again, if you're just joining, this is everything U.S. news, headlines, and markets. My name is James. I'm from the U.S., from the Midwest. Glad to have you here. We're breaking down Tesla at the moment. We'll be getting into your request. Put your ticker symbol in the comments and we'll get to it just very shortly. And right here. Yeah, robotaxi miles nearly doubled sequentially. Once in production, we expect Cybercab will begin to replace the existing Model Y and will be the largest volume vehicle in the fleet over time. Yeah, and Tesla and SpaceX plan to build the largest chip plant ever. Coinciding with robotaxi and Optimus ramps, we are expanding our scope of manufacturing to include semiconductor fabrication, an important step to ensure sufficient and resilient chip supply. Let's see. Jim Som, sounds good. Yes, you like the glasses, right? Thank you very much, Jim Som. Welcome, welcome. Let me know if you have a ticker symbol. Let me know if you have a company you want to look at. We'll look at it. Just drop it in the comments. Our partnership with SpaceX aims to build the largest chip fab ever, vertically integrating logic. Doozer. Okay, got it. Will do. Hang with me, Doozer, and we'll look at it soon, okay? Let me know if anybody else has a ticker symbol, and we'll check it out very, very shortly. Thank you very much. Here we go. In April, we began rolling out the spring update, which includes Grok by saying, and they talked about the self-driving subscription. Yeah, that's part of the reasons why Tesla went up, but then it went down because of the capital expenditures. Also looking right here, we're going to talk about Taiwan Semiconductor, TSMC. They're building smaller, faster chips without the new ASML tool. They don't need to have these new updated machines from ASML. What's that about? Well, TSMC, it's the global giant that makes these chips for NVIDIA and Apple and Google, among many others, and showed two improvements of chip making technology. One called the A13, which will go into production in 2029 and likely be used for AI chips, and one called the N2U, a more affordable option that can be used to make chips for phones and laptops as well as AI chips. And for all the technologies TSMC showed on Wednesday, it's planning to squeeze more gains out of its existing extreme ultraviolet lithography machines, the EUV machines from Dutch supplier ASML, rather than move to a new generation of high NA EUV machines. And these machines, take note of this, these machines cost $400 million each and are roughly double the cost of the older machines. So that's why they're trying to squeeze more profit out of the older ones. Let's see. Doozer, look at QS as on the board. Okay. Got it. Thanks, Doozer. I got your message. Okay. And then, I just want to point out these machines from the Dutch maker ASML, costing $400 million, which is double what the old machines cost. And that's why TSMC is trying to actually keep using the old ones and actually modify them. So that's that. And also right here, Intel, if you're looking at that, Intel to report first quarter earnings as the CPUs become key to AI growth. It'll report its first quarter earnings after the bell as it continues to drive increasing demand for the company's chips. Intel missed out on the initial AI boom due to its lack of chips capable of running AI models as well as those from NVIDIA, okay? And while NVIDIA took full advantage of its AI chip lead, transforming. Josh, good morning again, and thanks a lot. Welcome, Josh. And as always, thanks for the likes and the shares. Let me know if you have a ticker. I'm glad to help with that. And while NVIDIA took full charge of its AI chip lead, transforming itself to nearly a $5 trillion company, Intel is finally on the cusp of grabbing its own piece of the AI bonanza. Yeah. So it's right. Yeah. For Q1, Intel is expected to report earnings per share of only 1 cent on revenue of 12.3 billion, and the company saw an earnings per share of 13 cents and revenue of 12.6 billion in the same quarter last year. Interesting. So we'll take a look at them. That's coming up, right. And also, if you're a fan of Texas Instruments, this is for you. Boom, boom, boom. I have a call in 4 minutes, so I have to hop off soon. Okay, thanks, Josh. No problem. I hope the call goes well. Let me know later. And okay, Texas Instruments shares surging in late trading after the chipmaker gave a surprisingly strong forecast, helped by booming spending on data centers and industrial equipment. Right here, revenue will be 5 billion to 5.4 billion in the second quarter. The company said in a statement Wednesday, analysts have estimated 4.85 billion on average, according to data. And wow, so here we go. The company's data center now provides more than 1 billion a year in sales, a total that grew more than 60% in 2025 and 90% in the first quarter. Texas Instruments is the biggest maker of analog chips and embedded processors. These components convert the real-world inputs into electronic signals and are used in a wide range of devices, anything from an on-off switch. The company, the oldest chip producer in the industry, has tens of thousands of products and customers that make its financial reports a broad indicator for the economy. Yeah. Did I miss a comment? Sammy 1. I like that question. When do you anticipate the AI bubble to pop? Yes, I know what you mean. Again, let me explain. This channel is mainly an educational channel. I can share a lot of general information and stuff, but the algorithm on this channel does not let me give my thoughts or recommendations or suggestions or insights, because it will ding it as being basically a sales channel then. So what I do is if you have a company or a ticker symbol, I can look at that, share the information with you. But if you want to ask me specific questions, it has to be done outside the stream. You can always contact me here if you want. Again, I know it's not convenient. I know it's a little bit different, but hey, that's the way the algorithm on the platform works, and so it has to be that way. So Sam156, sorry, that's the best answer I can give you. I know it's not what you're looking for, but that's kind of how it is here. But thank you for understanding. Yeah, I appreciate it. Finette, actually, again, just give me the symbol of what you're looking for, and I can give you the information on it. And then for further information, just contact me outside the stream. Okay, let me know what you're looking at, and I can look it up here. And then further thoughts, we can talk more. Okay. Basically, because of how the algorithm. Yeah, thank you, Sam. Have a great day as well. Thanks for asking. Okay, so we're gonna look at Texas Instruments later on. Also, right here, the AI boom lifts Nokia sales, and their shares hit a 16-year high. 16-year high, yeah. After the earnings beat. So we will look at them. Let's take another look here. Nokia raised the growth targets for its AI intelligence business on Thursday after the network gear maker beat market expectations for the quarterly comparable operating profit, sending its shares to the highest level in 16 years. Yes, we're gonna get into Tesla. That's one that was definitely. I actually just gave the news update about Tesla. Yes, it does have a mind of its own. It is abnormal. Yeah, actually, right here, I just talked about, where was it? Right here. Yeah, we just talked about this article with Tesla's robotaxi miles, the supercharger network's largest chip plant ever. And we talked about why Tesla went up and then it went back down. Basically, it went back down because of more and more capital expenditures. But actually, what was it? Yeah, they reported profits and sales that topped the forecast. That's the good part. But then the capital expenditure brought it back down. So again, the profits and sales look good, but the capex, they didn't like that, and so it brought it down. So Sam, hopefully that information is a little bit helpful. Thanks for asking. But yeah, okay. Now going back over here, dun, dun, dun. Where was it? Yeah, Nokia. We were talking about Nokia, and right here, comparable operating profit jumped 54% to 281 in the first quarter of 2026. That was above the average estimate of 250 million euros from analysis pulled. Nokia's shares rose nearly 7%, touching their highest price since April 2010. That's Nokia. Okay, let's see. Yes, good, Sam. Glad that's helpful. Thank you very much for the comment. Yeah, so we'll take a look also at Nokia right there. And then, yeah, these fuel costs, they're affecting everybody, not just you, not just me, but everybody. And I'm curious what the fuel prices are in your area and if it's going to affect your travel plans for spring or summer. Right now, let me double check it again. Brent is at 102 and West Texas Intermediate's at 93, almost 94. Phew, yeah, that's going to be, and so that's not only affecting you, but it's also affecting, where is it? Yeah, United Airlines slashes their 2026 forecast mainly because of fuel costs and fuel surging, okay? Even though they have high demand, it's out of control, yeah. Also, this one right here, yeah, United Airlines forecasted adjusted to $7 to $11 a share, down from $12 to $14 a share at the start of the year before the U.S. and Israel attacked Iran, and they slashed their 2026 earnings. Right here, the carrier said it expects revenue to cover 40% to 50% of the fuel price increase in the second quarter, as much as 80% in the third, and between 85% and 100% by the end of the year. United estimated its fuel price would average $4.30 a gallon in the second quarter. Wow. What's the, let's see. Someone give me a call. Let's see. Logan Harris. Somebody give me a call on NVIDIA. I like that. Let's see. Give me 1 second here. NVIDIA right now is at 203. But we're going to get into NVIDIA later on to break it down, okay, Logan Harris? But stay tuned for that one, okay? We're going to look at that more. And right here also, American, if you're wondering about airlines, American Airlines results, Q1 results beat the expectations, but the airline sees $4 billion in added fuel costs this year, so that's affecting things. American Airlines said its fuel charges rose 10% in the quarter, and that it expects fuel costs to jump by $4 billion for the year. American rival United said its fuel costs jumped $340 million in the quarter. Yeah, and yeah, it's and then looking here is Southwest, Elgidor 212. Yes, greetings, welcome. Let me know if you have a company or a ticker symbol to look at, and enjoy the show. So also talking about Southwest, Southwest Airlines forecast quarterly earnings fell below estimates, also because of higher. So Southwest has overhauled its long-time business model, seeking for ways to increase revenue with checked bag fees and seat arrangement fees. So these airlines are having to get around these fuel costs too. And how are they doing it? Well, they're just passing it on to you in the form of, charging you more for your bags or charging you more for your seat assignments, things like that. It ended its open seating policy in January. Wow. The airline reported revenue in the first quarter rose nearly 13%. And yeah, so that's when we'll talk about Southwest. And then right here, talking about NVIDIA, Logan, you just asked about NVIDIA, a little update with them. NVIDIA just now backed AI company Vast Data. Let's see, can you let me know when Apple has? Okay, we'll let you know on that one. God, hold on 1 second. When So for example, let's see, Wi-Fi money, Q1 for Apple was released on January 29th, and then Q2, Apple will release Q2 earnings on Thursday, April 30th. That's for you, Wi-Fi money. Hopefully that's helpful. Yeah. And thank you very much for the likes and the shares. Anyway, Wi-Fi money, good deal. And I'll be looking up Apple later on in the program. Yeah. Thank you too. All right, there's that. And then right here, yeah, we'll be checking out. You're welcome. You're welcome. And EDG, thank you very much for those likes and shares. I appreciate it. Yeah, what's Vast Data? NVIDIA backs Vast Data at $30 billion valuation. And founded in 2016, Vast makes software infrastructure for managing large amounts of data with focus on AI applications. The company says it supports projects powering millions of GPUs. Yes. Customers also, who are the customers for this company? They include CoreWeave, Mistral, the US Air Force, and Cursor. The fresh round sees Vast more than triple the $9.1 billion valuation it hit when it last raised it in 2023. KS, MSK, ASTS. Okay. KSK, I got you. ASTS. It's on the list. We'll be getting to your ticker symbols soon. Just wait for me for a few minutes and we'll get to it, okay? Just still going over some of the news and the headlines. Everything, news, headlines, US markets, and everything in between. Again, welcome. My name is James from the US, from the Midwest, and trying to break it all down for you right here. All right. Also, IBM shares drop as the company, where is it? IBM, yeah, they slipped 6% after the hardware, software, and consulting provider reported stronger than expected first quarter results, but maintained full year guidance. Oh, okay. EDG. Sorry about that. Let me make a note of that. Okay. Oh, Danny, your question. This channel is everything US news, headlines, markets, everything in between. Basically, we give a lot of information here. That way you don't have to spend your time searching for it. And if you want more insights or questions, comments, etc., you can always comment. You can always contact me outside the stream here. This basically is an educational channel, so I don't give any recommendations, suggestions, or insights. I just share the news and some of the highlights. But if you want more, the algorithm on the channel would ding me, would restrict me if I gave more. So if you want more, you have to contact me outside the channel. Anyway, there's that. So hopefully that works for you. And if not, just welcome, enjoy the show, and carry on. Latest from Intel. Let's see. Oh, Intel. We just talked about Intel recently. El Jador 212. We just talked about Intel. Stick around, and I'll get to it on the. I'll get to it again a little bit later on, but we just went through it. Okay. Where was it? Right here. Talked about it. I had it right here. I thought I had it. Hold on. Yeah. Where is it? Hold on 1 second. Where is it? Yeah, so El Jador, yeah, I'll rewind, okay, yeah, for example, yeah, Intel is going to report its first quarter earnings today. Intel missed out on a lot, but where is it? Right here. The Q1 Intel is expected to report earnings today, so be aware of that. I did a presentation. Oh, good, El Jador. Yeah. Tell me your insights on Intel then. I'm curious to hear that. But where was that? Right here. Yeah, IBM. We were also talking about IBM. And did I miss any other comments? Okay. Yeah. So right here, we talked about IBM right there. And then Microsoft also. Microsoft plans to expand its AI footprint in Australia with $18 billion investment. Dun, dun, dun. So check out that. And this is going to be in Canberra. under Microsoft's largest ever investment in Australia. The tech giant is set to partner with Canberra on initiatives spanning cybersecurity, workforce upskilling, and AI development. The new investment builds on a previous $5 billion commitment announced in October 2023. Let's see, Algor 212, what was the presentation about and what was it like there? Canberra has courted investments from AI hyperscalers, including Amazon and OpenAI. And let's see. The partnership would also see Microsoft expanding existing collaborations with government entities like the Australian Signals Directorate, Australia's Signals Intelligence Agency, and wow. Anyway, it's interesting. So we'll look at Microsoft later too. We'll look at Google because they're unveiling 2 new chips. One's for running AI models, another one's for processor AI models, and where is it? Right here. The largest cosmetics company in the world, L'Oreal, reported first quarter organic sales growth of 7.6%, way ahead of expectations of around 3%, okay? And so their shares jumped up 10% after it reported strong growth ahead of expectations after the bell. Yeah, so we'll look into them later on too. Again, some of the software stocks, some of the software companies slid as IBM, ServiceNow reignited some fears about that. Where was it? Right here. We'll talk about ServiceNow, IBM as well. Yeah, they slowed. Wait, yeah, where is it? Yeah, the ServiceNow tumbled as much as 12%, partly because of the impact on its subscriptions. Yeah, 13%, and other software companies, including Salesforce, Oracle, and Adobe, also trade a little bit lower. And right here, we're going to talk about also some of the metals and the miners. We'll talk about how the miners are affected by now that oil has gone back up. That means the petrodollar is up, and so that means the metals have gone inversely down, and the miners probably have too. We'll look at that. And then, yeah, right here, yeah. So right now, again, just an update right here, West Texas Intermediate's at 94, Brent Crude's at 103. And okay, let's go right here into your questions. You asked about, for the person that asked about Micron, here's your Micron. If you're still in the stream, here you go, right here. Right now, Micron actually is correcting at the moment. It was at 485, and it corrected down to 474 right now. It rebounded from 318 up to 484, and it's down to 474. That's Micron. And you can see a lot of this trade volume right here. Look at that. And also trade volumes at 8.69 million, and then right here market cap is at 534 billion. Okay, interesting, right? Let me introduce you also to a couple of, here's the RSI, Relative Strength Index. If you look here, that's the 70 line, the overbought line. Down here, this is the 30 line, oversold line right there. And then this part right here is the neutral area. The neutral area, you could call that would be where the consolidation happens in the price chart. So that's the neutral area. And again, these are just guides because they can go way overbought or way oversold for a long time before they ever correct. What do I mean by that? Look right here. Again, this is Micron. See how it goes overbought for a while before it ever, corrects and comes back down. Look at that. So again, they're just guides. You kind of have to know how to interpret them a little bit right there. And then also, I'll introduce you here to the moving average convergence divergence, the MACD. The MACD, the blue line right here, when it crosses the red indicator line going down, you see a downward price chart right here. And then also right here, you see the MACD line going up. going up against the, where is it? Going right there, going up against the red signal line. It's going up. So therefore the price chart goes up, like you see right there. It's a whole lot more complicated than that, obviously, but that's just a brief intro. If you have more questions about how it works or how to use it, just feel free to reach out. Algidor 212, I was related to the vision statement and mission statement and how CEO Leputan was restructuring the company because of the low returns and new measures to bring the company back to profit. Interesting. Thank you for sharing that. I like that. And bring the company back to profitability. Give me any more. Feel free to expand. Feel free to unpack that. Because in measures, what were the measures needed to bring the company back to profitability? And what would you say about the vision? So that's for the person asked about Micron. That's that right there. Let's go. You asked about QS right here. QS, QuantumScape Corporation. For the person that asked about QS, here you are. QS right here. Engages in developing next generation solid state lithium metal batteries. The company's next generation batteries are designed to enable greater energy density, faster charging, and enhanced safety to support the transition away from legacy energy sources towards a lower carbon future. Interesting. For the person that asked about QS, thank you very much. And let's look right here. Right now it's rebounding. It just actually jumped up. Look at this. Bang. It went all the way up to 9.58 and now it's retraced. It's corrected back down to 7.88. You can see that right here in the RSI. And it went from almost oversold at 31 right up here to 67, yeah. And right now the volume is at 47.7 million. Market cap is at 4.8 billion, yeah. And let's see, menu working. Star, thank you very much. Your subtle humor is not lost on me. Thank you. Let's see. And for this one, QS, did they give a, yeah, Q1 actually beat the earnings expectations, okay? And let's see, their current position stands at risk because of AMD and NVIDIA and their competitive advantage over Intel. Got it. Eljador, thank you for expanding on that. What do you see for them for the future? What do you see for them for the future? Let me know. That's QS. And then also, right here. Where is it? Hold on. Oh, well, 1 second. Raytheon ticker symbol. Okay. RTX. Oh, that's what it is. Okay. RTX right here. Yeah. I was asked about Raytheon earlier. Okay, here's Raytheon. Ticker symbol RTX. Got it. For those of you who may not know, Raytheon is an aerospace and defense company which engages in the provision of aerospace and defense systems and serves for commercial, military, and government customers. Why their chart pattern is going down at the moment, I'm not sure. I would have thought the opposite, but right now, yeah, Raytheon went from 202 and just dropped down to 181. Interesting. That's Raytheon. And look, their RSI went from 55, very neutral, down to oversold at 30. Yeah, interesting. Wow. So thanks for asking me about this one right here. And right about here, where is it? Yeah, but right now, volume wise is at 678,000. Market cap is at 244 billion. And did they give a Q1? Let me see here, right here. Q1, okay, looking at Raytheon right now, Q1, look behind me, you can see The blue part is where the earnings actually got recorded. The gray part is what was actually expected. So Q1 beat the expectations, so did Q4. Again, that makes the company look stronger. And annually, 2025 also beat the expectations for the year. So not just the quarter, but also for the year. And there's that. That's Raytheon. Now let's go back over here. Okay. Oh yeah, and you asked me about somebody asked me about TSMA. You asked me about Tesla, right? He stands Alger 12. He stands hopeful that that tariff will help investors move back to Intel. He stands hoping that tariff will. Eldor, I really appreciate the insights on that. He's hopeful that the tariff will help investors move back to Intel. Okay, explain that to me, because I'm not the expert on tariffs, but tell me how the tariff will help investors move back to Intel. Hope I'm not asking a stupid question, but let me know. Can you explain that one further? Okay, for those of you in the audience that asked me about Tesla, this one's for you. Right now, Tesla's dropping. Remember, Tesla actually went up because they had good reports, but then they had a lot more capex than they were supposed to, and that's what brought it down. So actually, today is not a good day for Tesla. It went from 406 and it's been correcting ever since, and now right now it's at 369. So for everyone that asked me about Tesla, 369, and on the RSI it went from 58 down to 47. Still neutral, but it's dropping. And look at this, all this trade volume right here. Yeah, volume right now is at 27 million. Market cap is at 1.39 trillion right there. And let's see right here. Yes, they did. They just posted Q1. So here you go. I can share that with you. If you look behind me, here is Tesla's new Q1. They beat the expectations. As you can see, that was the good part, right? They beat the expectations. There's the blue part, and there's the expected part. So they beat what they were, and also Q4 beat the expectations. Again, it was just because the capex was so much higher than it was supposed to be. That's also bringing it down. Also, if you look here at 2025 for the year, Tesla equaled its expectations. And yeah, so back to the chart. Anyway, that's Tesla. Yeah. Volume right now is at 27 million. Market cap is at 1.39 trillion. And also, I was asked about Apple, okay? And it was a good question, actually, because they asked me about Tim Cook and how it affected things. If you look here, what was it? What was it? On Monday, Tuesday, I think it was. The market reacted to Tim Cook stepping down. The market, you can see, let me highlight this right here, expand that. The market, you see, maybe you can't see it, but on Tuesday, the market reacted by dropping Apple from 271 all the way down to about 266. So when Tim Cook stepped down, the market, reacted. They corrected, and then immediately after that, the next day, Wednesday, it jumped back up to 273, and right now Apple is at 274, and you can see right here on the RSI. It's steadily, just slowly increasing. At the moment, it's at 62, yeah. Let's see, okay. Allied Pest and Wildlife, VIR, and Wolf. Okay, I'll check those out, okay. VIR, and that's on my list. Hang in with me, Allied Pests, for about 5 more minutes, and I'll get to your ticker symbol, okay? Stay with me. But here, looking at Apple right now, if you wanted to see, also I can show you a couple chart patterns on this one if you're curious about those. Here we are. Here's your head, left shoulder, neckline breakout, and that pushes it down. And then you also have the reverse, okay? Here is your reverse head, left shoulder, right shoulder. Here's your neckline push it back up. So a lot of times you'll see the Head and Shoulders, and no, this is not a shampoo commercial. That's just what it's called, and I just find the patterns. I don't make the names. But so you have the Head and Shoulders, and you have the reverse Head and Shoulders. One pushes it down, the other one pushes it back up. Let's see, safe place. Wait, did you say Palantir or Planeteer? Safe place. Let me know the yeah. Palantir. Is that what you want? I think that yeah. Yeah, I think I know what you mean. You're just spelling it wrong. I got you. Safe place. Yeah, I'm pretty. Yeah, I think you mean Palantir. Palantir. I'm pretty sure is what you mean. Okay. I got it. Stay with me for a few minutes, and I'll get to yours. Let me finish up here with Apple. Yeah, Apple just named John Ternus a CEO effective September 1st, and Tim Cook becomes the executive chair. Got it. Share. Yeah. Shares rose intraday after the move, with analysis citing the expected iPhone sales. Thank you very much for the likes and the shares. I appreciate that. And looking here, I'll give you some more chart patterns in the future. Here's another one I can show you. Here's your double bottom right here, double bottom. Here's your double bottom neckline, bang, right there. And right over here, well, I'll show you more later on, but double bottoms, and the double bottoms is when the sellers lose momentum and then the buyers take over, because it bottoms out twice and the buyers push it back up. And then the double top, the buyers lose momentum and the sellers actually push it back down. So the double top followed by a downward chart pattern, and the double bottom followed by an upward chart pattern. That's kind of how it works. But yeah, thank you very much for those. I appreciate it. And yeah, also here's one for you right here. You can see this one too. I'll circle this. Here's your double bottom right here. If you look right there, double bottom, and boom, it pushes that up. That's Apple right there. And okay, for volume right now on Apple, it's at 5.5 million, and market cap is at 4 trillion. And here we go. Quarterly, yeah, they've released their Q1. So Apple quarterly Q1 beat its earnings expectations, and actually for the yearly 2025 also beat its yearly expectations on the earnings report. And let's see, going back here with Apple, and then, oh yeah, the person that asked me about ASTS, if you're still on, here you are, ASTS right here. Another space company, give me 1 second. They had most investors like me move to NVIDIA for better return, but it made it hard for... okay, I gotcha. Okay, is it... Eljador, I like how direct you are, that was fast. Uzi4679, welcome back, Uzi4679. Let's see. They had most investors like me moved to for better return, but made it hard. But it sounds like your Eljador212. It sounds like your message says that the tariff will help investors move back to Intel. Do you think the tariffs will really help investors move back to Intel? I don't know much about tariffs, but I understood the way I understood it was basically a tax on the companies. But let me know your take. Maybe I'm misunderstood it. Okay. Yes to what? Yes, it'll help Intel, or yes, it's just a tax on companies, or tell me what you mean if you can. And thanks for taking the time to explain it. I appreciate it. Okay, for the person that asked me about ASTS, here you are. I hope you're still in the stream. ASTS engages in building a broadband cellular network in space to operate directly with standard unmodified mobile devices based on an extension, IP, and patent portfolio. It focuses on providing mobile broadband services with global coverage to all end users without the need to purchase special equipment. Interesting. Oh, this is headquartered in Midland, Texas. Cool. Okay, so here ASTS, yeah, they jumped pre-market after regulatory approval. Company has 6 satellites in orbit and aims to deploy dozens more this year to reach commercial service in northern latitudes. Yeah, right here you can see them hovering. Okay, this is a good example of consolidation right here in the RSI, hovering around the neutral area. And you can kind of see that right here. You have this ceiling right here. Basically, you also have a floor right there. You can see that ceiling floor. That's kind of, this is the consolidation area. It doesn't break out of that, and it doesn't break out of that. The resistance and the support, basically. And then right here, where was it? Look at this trading volume right here, ASTS, and yeah, it went from 73, it jumped back up here to 80. It's at 80 right now for the moment, and volume is at 4.9 million, and market cap is at 30.7 billion. Yeah, there's that. And okay, El Jador 212, got it, now I understand. Yeah, that's kind of what I had been explained to me, but again, I'm not the expert on that area, so I just try to keep an open mind. But yeah, that's kind of what I had heard too. What do you think will happen with tariffs in the future? And what do you think will happen with the tariff refunds? I'm kind of curious. And AST right here, looking at some of the earnings. Q4 of 2025 actually just missed the earnings expectations. And it's ASTS. And the person that just asked me about, what was it? I think the, hold on, did I write this down wrong? VIR. Okay, Allied Pest and Wildlife. Here's your VIR coming up. VIR. Okay, here you are. VIR Biotech Incorporated operates as a clinical stage immunology company that focuses on combining immunologic insights with cutting edge technologies to treat and prevent serious infectious diseases. The firm's technology platforms include antibody, T-cell, innate immunity, and siRNA, which are designed to stimulate and enhance the immune system by exploiting critical observations of natural immune processes. Okay, interesting. Thank you for sharing this one. I appreciate it. And yeah, hey, all of those likes and shares, thank you for doing that. I appreciate it. Okay. Okay, and VIR technology right now is sitting, it actually rebounded from 8.3 up here to 11.1, but has corrected, it's come back down to 10.4. So there's your update on that. You can see that here in the RSI, it went from 45 on up here to 70, the overbought area. It went from neutral to overbought, and it's corrected back down to, 60 right there. Interesting. And let me see if I can actually. Yeah, there's a lot of, for example, I'll show you more later. But okay, volume right now is at 193,000. Market cap is at 1.6 billion. Yeah, it's VIR. And then you also asked me about Wolf. Here we go. Here, looking at Wolf. Terra Wolf Incorporated, a little bit about them. Owns and operates. Let's see, Diego Sales, thank you very much for those likes and shares. If you have a company or a ticker symbol, just drop it there. And okay, and also hang with me, safe place. I'm almost to Palantir. Okay, hang with me. Right here, Terra Wolf owns and operates fully integrated, environmentally clean Bitcoin mining facilities in the United States. They'll generate domestically produced Bitcoin powered by nuclear's hydro and solar energy. It operates through the digital asset mining and HPC leasing segments. Interesting. Yeah, very good. Okay, a little bit about them. Right now, they are sitting here at 65. They actually rebounded on the RSI. I mean, 65 on the RSI. I'm sorry. They rebounded from 41 on the RSI up to 65. You can see that right here on the price chart. Went from 13, rebounded up here to 20, 21. Yeah. So right now they're sitting at 21, and you can see that where is it on the volume? 8.9 million. Market cap is at 10.3 billion as well. Did they give a Q1 earnings? Not yet. They haven't released their Q1 report yet, but that's TeraWolf. If you want more, let me know. And also, yeah, here you are. Safe space. Here's your Palantir. Palantir. Here we go. That's yeah, it hurts business overall. That make me a cool. That'd make a cool company. Free trade is the way to go. No tariffs. It hurts consumers. Eldridge 212 got you on that. You think you're trading anything without always have cut? Uzi 4679. I like your sideways humor. The lady hasn't Tesla overperformed for Q2 earnings till now. It's the MNJ6WQ. We just actually looked at Tesla. We can look at it again, and we're looking at Palantir at the moment, but we're looking at a lot of the companies right now that are in the news and the headlines on the U.S. markets. Tariffs is just an extra tax rate. Yeah, El Jador, I personally myself don't know, but that's what I've heard about the tariffs. So I can't argue with you, but that's what I've heard too. But then again, completely free trade has its own issues too. Probably, again, that's not my area of expertise, but I do appreciate the discussion. Thank you guys. All that money goes to, yeah, El Jador T12, all that money goes to, unfortunately, it's looking that way. Yeah, thanks for sharing. Yeah, I appreciate the dialogue there. Okay, looking here for the person asking me safe space. Here's your Palantir, and right here we go. Palantir recently dropped and rebounded. You can see right here in the price chart, it went from 154 down to 127, and then it rebounded. You can see that. I'll spread this out so you can see it right here. Rebounded back up to actually 151, but today actually it already corrected. It's down to 145. So Palantir, for the person that asked, safe space, down to 145. You can see that here in the RSI, it dropped down there, and on the RSI it got down to 33, and then it on the RSI jumped back up, and now it's sitting at 48. Very neutral, yeah, on the RSI. And Marcus, thank you very much for that. And let's go right over here. Volume wise on Palantir, 15.8 million, and market cap is at 346 billion. Look at all the volume that was here on the day it dropped. Look at that right there. Yeah. And then earnings wise, go right here. Quarterly, it hasn't released their Q1 yet. So Q4 of 2025, it did beat the expectations. 2025 for the year, it also beat the earnings expectations, but we don't know about Q1 yet. Back here to the chart. Yeah, so that's Palantir. Thanks, Safe Space. Thanks for asking. If you're watching and you have a question about a company, just drop the ticker symbol in the comments, or let me know what you're looking at, and I'll do my best to look it up for you and make this interesting. Yeah. Also, another one that we will look at here, we talked about. So Tesla actually recently dropped. Let me show you that. They dropped not because of their earnings, but because of they actually beat their forecast, but they dropped because they added more to their capital expenditure, and that's what people didn't like. So here we go, just showing you this one. I just got another question about Tesla, so here's the update. Right now, Tesla is dropping. You can see that it's sitting at 372 right now. Yeah. And volume is at 34.9 million. Market cap is at 1.4 trillion. And I'll also show you, here's NVIDIA. NVIDIA actually is holding solid above 200. It was at 202. Right now it's at 201.92. So basically almost still holding at 202. But it had recently rebounded from 164 up here to 20. Yeah, yesterday it was at 202 and it's still almost 202. And a little update, US approved the China-bound shipments of NVIDIA's H200 chips under conditions, but actually deliveries are delayed by unresolved export term disagreements between Chinese and US authorities. So heads up on that. And again, if you have questions or comments about ticker symbols, etc., just let me know. And let's see, Diego, you said OI, okay. Let's see. OI, that's a glass company, is that right? OI Glass? Diego, let me know. And see, you asked, Diego, you asked about OI Glass engages in the manufacturing of glass products. It offers products to the food and beverage sectors, operates through Americas and Europe geographical segments. So OI, Diego, here you go. Right now, OI is sitting at 10.6. RSI is at very neutral, 45. Volume is 132,000, and market cap is at 1.6 billion. There you go. And then going back here to NVIDIA, volume for NVIDIA is at 27.6 million, and market cap is at 4.9 trillion. Yeah, let's see what their, do they have their, no, they don't have their Q1 yet either, but Q4, last 3 quarters, they beat the expectations, and annually 2025 also beat the expectations. And all these big ads, all that money goes to war for iron companies building war. Yes, and then with all these big AI details, you can expect Palantir to go above too. Yeah, I kind of share your sentiment with Microsoft's $80 billion deal. Yeah. Actually, NJ6, we just did the article about Microsoft's $18 billion deal in Australia. Yeah, interesting you say that, because that was in our program earlier. They're looking to globalize infrastructure, not just in China, US. Yeah, I hear you there. And wow, after the Q1, NVIDIA is above 200 because it's the main supplier of the big AI deals going on. Could see it on 250. Yes, okay. 30 billion is being fueled into AI with more on energy for AI. Yes, I share your sentiments. Essentially, all they want is infrastructure and energy. Yeah. I had an exchange student friend in high school. She works for NVIDIA in Japan now. Interesting. Yeah. What did your when was this? Do you still keep in contact with your exchange student from high school working for NVIDIA in Japan? And then, do you think I know? Well, I mean, I understand your train of logic. I understand your line of thinking. I'll say that. Oh no, I wish. Okay, let's see. Thoughts on HVAC? Okay, we can look at that right now. Here we go. Let's see. Wait. Is HVAC? Is this the right one? This is an ETF. Advisor shares HVAC. She works too much. Yes, that's Japan, I think. Yeah, that's just the culture there. HVAC. This is the ETF. Okay. Yeah, it rebounded from 32 on up to 39 right there. Okay. And then let's see. Right now it's sitting at 39, and look at the RSI. It went from 37 on up to 67. Well, I'll just be diplomatic and say I understand your line of thinking on that. Yeah. Right here, volume is at 5.7 thousand right now. Yeah. What else? Any other tickers that you want me to look at? Done. For example, again, if you want my thoughts on that, I can share the information on this ETF. If you want my thoughts, just send me a message. You're welcome. Thank you also for the dialogue, the discussion. It's nice to have. And let's see. Also, we talked about Oracle. Here's Oracle for the person that was asking. Sitting right here. It's also rebounding from 136 up to it's at 179 at the moment, a small correction. Oracle's volume is at 11.9 million, market cap is at 515 billion. Yeah. And have they put out a Q1 yet? Let me see here. Dun, dun, dun. Q1, yeah, actually, no, they haven't. Interesting. Oh, okay. Let's go back here. Another one that we're going to look at is TSM. Yeah, right there. TSMC, Taiwan Semiconductor. That's another one that's important. Doesn't Oracle currently have? Yeah, I believe they do. That's why they are avoiding it. Probably so. Yeah, right now Taiwan Semiconductor is sitting here at 386. It recently rebounded from 315. Now it's at 386. And volume is sitting here at 3.4 million, and market cap is at 1.69 trillion right there. And RSI is sitting here at 63. Yeah, so there's Taiwan. Did they have a Q1 yet? Also, let me see. Q1, yeah. Q1 for Taiwan Semiconductor beat the expectations. You can see that the blue bar is higher than the gray bar, so it beat what and 2025, yeah, it beat the expectations for the year on Taiwan Semiconductor. I'm really curious. Well, oh, actually, I first got curious about all this stuff back when I was actually in the university. Yeah, many moons. I always had a affinity for numbers and charts and graphs, and so basically, I first got curious when I was in engineering school. So, and I just took that curiosity. That's how I got started. Yeah. So, but yeah, there's Taiwan Semiconductor. Let's we talked about. Here's another one. The other ones in the news that we talked about. Yeah, Google is also right now. Let me show you this. Bum, bum, bum. Well, how do you say it? You, I have, I've had a lot of time to learn many different things. Let's see, it's TSL. Okay. Let's see, what was it? Bliss up. Hold on. Chris, what's the ticker symbol? Can you give me a ticker symbol, please? Oh, wait. It got stolen by my family before I got to flip it one day. Your inheritance got stolen by your family, is that right? Tell me that's not true. And Chris, I see your message. Can you give me the ticker symbol, please? Wow. How did that happen? Let's see. PB, got your message. Are you buying now? Here, let me look at now for you. Actually, that's one that we were looking at in the news and headlines. PB, here you go. Dun, dun, dun. Looking at service now. Yeah, that's another one that's actually dropping at the moment. Or I think that if I got the headline right, where was it? Yeah, service now actually dropped by, what was it? Yeah, it tumbles 12% as war in Iran impacts sales growth. But let me see. Yeah, service now just dropped 12%. Yeah, for example, right here you can see that it's at 85.4 right now, PB. And yeah, look at that. On the RSI, it dropped from 52 down to 36. and yeah, it's at 85 right now. Volume is at 37.6 million. Market cap's at 89.4 billion. So PV, that's for you. Yeah, if you guys have other companies or ticker symbols you have questions, just drop it in the comments. Thanks, PV. Let me know if you have other questions about that. Those companies that you're analyzing, I may be referring you turn your attention less on the charts because they like without human. Let's see. Are the first time for companies. So, okay, here's my question. Do you like the news or you don't like the news? I couldn't quite understand that message. You get the news you're using on, let's see, maybe more on recent forecasts on news. It's going to be misleading, but okay. Okay, thank you for your insights. I appreciate that. Feel free to share your thoughts. It's okay. Yeah. Okay, and for the person that asked about ServiceNow, again, if you're curious what the software I'm using, this is TradingView, and yeah, I wouldn't say it's necessarily perfect, but and if you're using something different, that's okay too. Just because I'm using it doesn't mean it's necessarily the greatest or the best. It's just what I use, and if you found something that works better for you, that's okay too. No worries. This is a place where we can all share our thoughts, our ideas, and yeah, that's what it's for. So no worries. LDD, greetings, and welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah. Let me know, LDD, what you're looking at right now. For example, ServiceNow. ServiceNow, did I talk about the market cap? Yeah, ServiceNow volumes at 37.6 million, and let's see, ServiceNow, do they have a, yeah, ServiceNow Q1 actually it equaled their expectations. So ServiceNow's Q1 equaled their expectations. And what's another one I was looking at earlier? Oh yeah, we also looked at, here it is, Nokia right here. What was it? Yeah, we talked about United because United slashed their forecast. Let me look that one up. That's an interesting one. United. Where is that? Yeah, here we go. Okay, yeah, United slashed its forecast, and they also have been dropping a lot recently. Right here, you can see that they actually dropped, yeah, all the way down to 91, and finally today they've rebounded back up to 92. But yeah, they've been hovering in that area. Yeah, they cut their forecast basically because of gas prices. EXE, greetings, welcome. Thank you for saying hello. Hope you're doing well. What are you doing today, EXE? Let me know. Let's see. I'll connect in a minute. Just need to send a hello. Okay, no worries. LDD. Thanks for saying hello. Let's see. All right. So here's United, and another one we were looking at was, gosh, here was United and Nokia, and where is it? Oh yeah, American was another one I wanted to look at because all these airlines are cutting their forecasts, and I'm curious how that's affecting. Okay, just joining. I'm so trying to work on patience. Patience, yeah. Gold and silver right now are dropping because the petrodollar has gone straight up. If you haven't noticed, yeah, where was it? Let me give you the update on that one. EXE, thanks for the like and the share. West Texas Intermediate is up at 93.3, and Brent Crude is up at 102.7. So yeah, those have gone up. So basically, the metals have gone down inversely, and well, not pencil drop, but basically it just means that the metals go inversely with the dollar, because as the dollar gets stronger, then therefore, since the metals are priced in dollars, they go in the opposite direction. Yeah. Okay. And so, for example, let me give you EXE. Like right now, gold is still dropping. It's at 4,736. Yeah, and silver dropped down to 76.15. Yeah, yeah. Cutting forecasts won't directly make bad implications since it's not underperforming. They're just adjusting so that the difference in market. Yes, I follow your logic. May I get an answer? Would you only explain the U.S. stocks? Oh yeah, Puma Rolex. Like I've said before, this channel is mainly for the U.S. markets and U.S. headlines. But yeah, so yeah, it's mainly for U.S. markets, U.S. headlines, U.S. companies, not really other stuff. Thanks for asking, Puma. I thought I think I thought I've said that many times, but maybe not. But it doesn't hurt to ask again. No problem. That makes sense. Why I haven't been able to find a good. Yeah, and when that happens, let me look that up for you. Right over here. Let me go to what would it be? Newmont. Newmont's a big one. I bet they're correcting a lot right now. Yeah, if you look at Newmont's a big miner. They're correcting right now. They're down at 109. If you look at Freeport McMoran, maybe I spelled it wrong. Freeport McMoran. They've also they're correcting right now, but I'm not sure why. But usually when the metals go down, so do the miners. So just check that first. But thanks for the questions, EXE. And let me do another one. Let's see. Rio Tinto. We look at them. And okay, yeah. Actually, I'm surprised. Rio Tinto is also slightly rebounding, but keep watching the oil prices and keep watching the metals and the miners because they go, they work inversely. I'll be watching out for this to see how the relationship of miners. Okay, yeah, no problem. Good vibes, EXE. Thanks for saying hello. If U.S. stocks are a little worse since and other countries Got it. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. Okay, and then and gold works, but let's see again. Silver again is more of an industrial metal, so gold and silver actually work differently. But keep an eye on silver as well in the future because it's constantly being used, and also keep an eye on the BRICS and their system of the future with the BRICS payment system and the unit, because gold is tied into that. Okay, so bear all that in mind. Yes, could be. Yeah. All right. Well, everyone, thank you for the likes, the comments, the questions, the nice dialogue. I hope you've benefited from the stream, and I appreciate the dialogue and the discussion. I will see you again tomorrow, and stay positive, and see you tomorrow. Thanks, everyone. I appreciate those likes and comments. And if it was helpful, you can also subscribe if you want. That helps too. No problem, EXE. Thank you so much. Dr. Thunder, hello. Yes. No, I appreciate you too. Thanks a lot. Hey, you too. Have a great day. I appreciate you sharing your insights and your thoughts. Thank you. See you tomorrow.